The sun is forever.
The sun is forever.
This video is a bit different from my usual impressions or review videos. I'll be doing a commentary of a run that I recorded earlier. This is because Saros is a roguelike and you're meant to replay the same levels over and over again, die, upgrade your build, and try again. So instead of putting together carefully edited clips from random runs, I thought I'd show a mostly unedited run instead. There are a few cuts along the way to improve the viewing experience. And of course, minor spoilers ahead. Okay, here we go. After finishing the tutorial, you are introduced to the passage, which is the hub area for the rest of the game. Here you can choose which biome you want to enter, what modifiers you want to select for your run, and then off you go. Over here, you also have the option to directly go to the last biome, which can be seen with this yellowish glow, and the first biome is just ahead. But first, let me show you the planning screen. We begin with the skill tree, which you can keep unlocking as you progress through the game. As you can see here, I am showing off the fact that I've spent a lot of time in the game and everything has been unlocked. This already makes my character very strong, but if that was not enough, I've also unlocked all the protection modifiers, which basically enable easy mode for this very tough game. On the world dial tab, you can select which biome you want to teleport to. Shattered Rise is the first one, which is just ahead of us, so you don't have to go into any portal. So let me just close the planning screen and begin the run. By default, your weapon loadout is whatever you had equipped on your previous run. So if you want to change it, you need to go out on a new run and pick something up. Right now my primary weapon is something called a Myriad Chakram, which consists of a set of very powerful spinning discs. And I also have a power weapon called Providence, I think, which you will soon see in action. Along the way we get different types of pickups consisting of weapons, artifacts and other bonuses. Here we're running into our first enemy, and this would be a good time to say that even though I've spent a lot of time with the game, doesn't necessarily make me good at it, but the modifiers definitely help me breeze through most enemies with ease. All enemies drop a currency called Lucenite, which is very essential for unlocking nodes on the skill tree. I think I stopped doing all these pickups a while later because right now I have pretty much everything I need to have a quick, successful run. So abilities like the grapple and high jump get unlocked as you keep playing the game. Yeah, once you have everything unlocked, the entire biome is open to you, and you can find secrets that were previously held back by those abilities. So the proper way to face these enemies is to put up your shield when the blue orbs or bullets come at you, but now I'm so overpowered that I don't really have a need for the shield. Oh, it was prominence, not providence. Okay. finally show the shield in action. Whenever enemies have a shield of their own, you need to go up to them and do a melee punch. The level is always randomly generated, so you need to keep following the blue marker, which you can see on the mini map. This is a sample of a weapon pickup. I am redrawing it to showcase all the various combinations available. Right now I'm not changing my weapon because I'm trying to unlock more data on the one that I already have, and you unlock data on it by continuing to use it for longer periods of time. Yeah, it was around this point that I stopped going to the pickups because I've showcased enough till now. This is the first restricted area, so usually you can just rush by the enemies, but when it's restricted with a solar cage, you need to clear out the area in order to progress. And as the biomes keep getting harder, the mini bosses in these areas keep getting tougher and tougher. But again, since I was overpowered in this run, it didn't take that long to finish the area. This was something I've never seen before, so I took a minute to see what it was about. So yeah, the randomly generated levels mean that even after a few dozen hours, you can still see something that you haven't seen before. And here I'm taking a second to just appreciate this weird sculpture kind of thing. And coming up now is our first Eclipse switch. Now this has been marketed as one of the key features of the game. This is where the level transforms into something more dangerous and weird, but as it turns out, it's a bit scripted, at least in the first few runs, where you need to trigger the eclipse in order to actually progress. But yeah, the overall effect was still interesting enough. So now the visual feel of the level also has changed, and enemies start dishing out a new damage type called corruption, which are indicated by yellow orbs. Here I stopped to try and showcase something cool that happens when you stare at the eclipse, but I think it was not triggered because the tree was in the middle or something, so I'll just edit out this part. Here's a first fork in the road where you can either choose to skip to the main boss or continue with the rest of the biome. For the first run, of course, you need to run the entire biome to unlock the shortcut to the boss. I don't showcase the entire thing here because we've gone through most of what the biome has to offer. So I just showcase the yellow orbs thing and just go back to the boss. Even though the color has changed, they still can be absorbed by the shield, like with the blue orbs. Yeah, that's a brief look at the map. The exclamation point refers to a nightmare strand, which is a different version again of the same biome, which gives you additional rewards for taking on a challenge. But since that's a key part of the game, I'll consider it as a spoiler and not showcase it here. And now we're going back towards a shortcut which will take us to the first boss. And once again, a spoiler warning in case you don't want to see this right now. This is the Prophet, our first boss, and if you're unprepared, he can definitely cause a lot of damage. So one of the ways to unlock the modifiers early is to intentionally die at this boss a few times, after which the game takes pity and unlocks your modifiers, so then you can just come back overpowered if you want to. And you can see that there's a flashing message called overdrive ready. I'm saving that for the final phase because it essentially one hit kills the boss. This right here is why the developers call this a bullet ballet, because yeah, even though they're bullets, it really looks like you're dancing with them and not just fighting against them. Right, we're coming up to the end of the second phase. And for the final phase, I just insta-kill him with the overdrive. Just showcasing some more of the bullets here. And there we go, overdrive and done. Yeah, as you keep killing these bosses repeatedly, you unlock more and more data on them. And of course you get rewarded with a lot of currency at the end of the run, which you can use to unlock more nodes on the skill tree. And even though I don't really need any of these right now, I have this feeling that the developers might add more nodes later on, so I'm just collecting whatever I get. And now you have a choice to return to passage to the hub area or go on to the next biome. So for the sake of this run, I will return to passage. That ends the run without giving you any sort of penalty. Then you can improve your build, and go out again on your next run. That pretty much wraps up this video commentary of Saros. Like a lot of people have already said, if you own a PS5, then this is definitely one of those must-buy games. Thanks for watching.